Hey, Alicia.
Yeah.
I have a very special treat for you.
Okay.
We have opened up our budget and we have purchased a drone, a high-definition drone,
Nice.
which will take some drone shots in the studio of just you and me, and it'll be just like from the movie. So let me put it down here.
Awesome. Sounds good.
On the floor.
All right.
And this baby, I can control it right from my phone.
Oh, just like the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So let me start. Come on. Wow. It's a little close. Wait, hold on. Whoa.
Hey, not so sure.
I know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Oh, wait. Oh my god. It's not. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay away from the couch. It's not working.
Turn it off! Turn it off! It's chasing us!
Jesus! What up? Ah! Oh! I'm in a dead end! Jesus! Watch out! Ah! Oh! I'm sorry. It's not working. Follow me, quick! Wait! Oh, damn it! Don't worry. Crack! Hey, watch out, bro! It's gone, bro! Ah! Oh, damn it. Ah, right over the highway. Yeah, let's go. What? Oh!
Ladies' room.
Hello, I am Robert,
And I'm Elisa Irma.
and we are reviewing the 2020 film, Korean film, #Alive.
Yes.
Tell us what it's about.
So it's about the spread of this unknown infection, and it's through the visuals of one person and seeing how he survives.
It is, as I say, a Korean film.
Mm-hmm.
All of the actors are Korean. The director was Korean. It was filmed in Korean, but I watched it with subtitles, and it was dubbed in English.
Yes.
Did you watch it the same way?
I watched the original audio and then subtitled it.
So you watched it in Korean. Do you speak
Yes.
any Korean?
A little bit. 합시다. 안녕하세요. 멜리스입니다.
I know kimchi. That's all I know. So that's not enough. So I watched it in English.
Okay. They also have it in other languages too. I think it was like French and
Yeah.
something like that.
Deja vu. That's all I know.
Yeah.
German. No. Ich miete deine Lederhosen essen. Not enough. No. So, it's a zombie film.
Yup. But they don't say it's a zombie film.
Yeah, they don't use the word zombie.
No.
Even probably the Korean word for zombie.
Mm-mm.
It's an infection type of zombie film.
It could be a mental disease, or it could be something that affects the brain.
But what it's not is they're not undead. And I can prove this by saying that some of the zombies get killed by not getting shot through the head.
Yeah.
So they have all the human frailties. Like if you shoot them in the heart, they'll die. You don't have to shoot them in the brain to kill the zombies. Or if they fall from a great height, you know, whereas in something like The Walking Dead, where they're really dead, they will then crawl on their hands with dragging their broken legs behind them. That doesn't happen in this movie. This is a lot more like, let's say, 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Which was an infection, and then they didn't call them zombies. They were the infected. So we could call these people that used to be people infected.
Yeah.
Or they still are people. It's a fairly, in my opinion, a fairly straightforward zombie movie. Not a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah.
Except in this one, they used technology.
Yes, and I would say it's the same.
The survivors do, not the infected.
Yeah, not the
survivors have.
Yeah. I will say there's nothing that sticks out of the ordinary from most infected movies, but I will say that this is very resemblant to what I feel like if I were to go through this now, it would resemble that. This is what I felt like we would actually go through if this were to happen.
The technology used is to use a lot of cell phones.
Yeah.
And that's where the name comes from, is hashtag alive. You know, you're posting on social media that you're hashtag alive still. And the main character uses a drone.
Yeah.
For a couple different reasons, to scout it out, to try and get a better cell phone signal and stuff like that. There's a little problem with some of the stuff that's going on is eventually, I don't know, 20 days, whenever, however long they're into it, the power goes out.
Yeah.
But his cell phone stays charged the whole goddamn time, though.
Yep, and I think his computers do too. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so we keep seeing that these electronics are still on, and not only just his, but also other characters.
Yeah, another survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not alone. He's mostly alone, but there are other survivors. And, oh man, don't get me started. This pisses me off to no end. Of course, there has to be a surviving human who doesn't give a crap about other survivors. They basically are evil for their own, you know, they're only out for themselves. I won't go into the scenario exactly. And this is, it's what I hate about Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That show has become about human factions fighting with each other. And sometimes they don't even show a zombie in the whole episode. So part of that is in the movie. That's fine. It's not the whole movie.
Yeah.
There's plenty of infected to run away from, you know, to avoid, you know, that kind of thing.
If anything, it's a short, very, very short part of it.
I've found that a lot of Korean movies, and I like almost everyone I've seen, are very well shot.
Yeah.
And from a technical standpoint, they are a joy to watch.
Yes.
They're not sloppy.
No.
They're concisely planned out.
The acting is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy acting in Korean that gets dubbed, and I really felt for his situation.
Oh, yeah. And some of the things that he went through, I was like, you know what, I would go through those things too.
Yeah, it's not just a sausage fest either.
Yeah.
There's a pretty girl that is a survivor also. Just want to say that.
Women power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There at the end, not even just at the end. There's another hashtag. Hashtag I must survive.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why they didn't call the movie that, because I don't think they ever once used in the movie. They never once used hashtag alive, did they? I don't think.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. The entire time I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the hashtag alive, but the entire time hashtag I must survive. Hashtag survive. Hashtag survivor. But I mean, you know what? They tied it in pretty well though. They did tie it in pretty well.
I don't think so, but whatever. I didn't take notes on a lot of lines from this movie.
Because we were too immersed in it. It was.
There's the hashtag we just talked about.
Yep. Hashtag I must survive.
And then, help me. Well, of course, you know, that's in every zombie movie, right?
Yeah. Is it hashtag help me?
No, I think it's the lady. She's clearly been bit. And she's running down the hallway being chased by infected. And the guy is like,
yeah.
Clearly you're going to turn into a zombie, so I'm going to go this way. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah. I mean, if I knew she was bit.
Yeah. Then
like, if I didn't know she was bit, I would...
maybe help?
Try to help her. Okay. Definitely.
I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, you're right. I'd probably just shoot her.
I can't trust anyone.
How many pumpkins would you give?
Okay, this one's a tough one for me.
You like the way it's shot? You like the way it's acted?
Yes. But I don't think it's horror. I think it's just survival, thriller, action.
It's survival horror. I would say, look, there's biting, there's blood, there's, there's broken zombie limbs, there's eyes gouged out.
It's a lot of emotions.
It's not a horror. It's not horribly graphic.
Yeah.
But it's definitely horror. It's survival horror at its finest. And then there's a couple scenes that inject some drama. Mm-hmm. You just want one? I think it's a twofer.
Really? I was actually going to say 4.
Oh, 4? I think that's too much.
Yeah, because I think the plot was well, the acting was well.
Let's compromise on 3.
But, I mean, if we're going based on whether it's horror, then yeah, I would give it a 2 or 3 because it's not as scary. There's not...
How do you say 3 in Korean?
That's a good... wait, I do actually know this.
We have Korean viewers, so there's no bullshitting. If you know it, tell us. If you don't know it, there's no BS.
I knew the French version of it, or something like that, but I knew Korean, but not now.
Well, it's tres in Spanish. If you happen to be watching it dubbed in Spanish, we will give it tres.
Tres.
Pumpkins.
Trois.